Okay, Detroit Lions preseason game number 2 in the books, and we've got quite a bit of the offseason and training camp and preseason to really find out who's going to make this team at this point, right? So we're going to look at guys that really helped themselves and guys that really did not help themselves, and it's kind of clear, like, yeah, you're probably not going to make the team. We can really make some definitive kind of remarks about that now. So before we start, though, let me know in the comments, have you ever met a Detroit Lion player in person? Let me know that story in the comments. Um, would love to see that. I met Brett Perriman once at like a charity basketball game. Just there he was. I was like, wow, you're a real life Brett Perriman. This was, Perriman was here in the late 90s. Love that. So, okay, let me know in the comments. Kind of stock up, stock down, guys. A stock up is James Houston, which is really good to see. He's kind of a weird situation for James Houston. I'm just going to go through a couple of these, and then we'll look at the 53-man roster and really be able to break it down. And really, it's starting to crystallize. James Houston is interesting because, it took him almost the whole half of the season to get on the field last year, comes in and just tears it up, and then has off to a slow start. But he was in there, played well, had a few missed opportunities. He crashed down too hard on the run that they took out wide. And by the way, the Jaguars just crushed us. There wasn't a lot of good to take from it, but you just want to make sure, hey, are you out there looking strong, looking the part, just not doing anything really crazy, and we'll get to that here in just a second. But Houston, fine. I'm happy to see, and I agree with this. Stock up. He's going to make the team. I mean, there was a part, a quick minute there where it's like, is he going to get cut? Because we've got so many defensive ends. He wasn't playing very well. He's going to be fine. James Houston, good. Trinity Benson, it's just kind of hanging by a thread. He's been injured. We traded for him. This was back in 2021 when we weren't going to be any good, and Brad Holmes makes the trade for Trinity Benson, and he's just not doing it. So we had 3 drop passes. 2 would just straight up drop. The third one was this picture shown right here. Just a good, hard, tough catch. But I mean, those are the ones you got to really come down with as you try to make the team. Next one, Tracy Walker. Yep. This was a good one because he looked like a starter out there with some second team guys. That's what he should look like. Tracy Walker, love to see him just getting back out there. Just want to see him moving around. Again, preseason. We don't need him doing anything crazy. We don't need him out there for a bunch. Just want to make sure, yep, knee's good. Let's roll. Next one, Brad Cecil, the center. Had a chance. They played him right at center. Had a chance for him to really come in and be a good player for us at center, and was overwhelmed by the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that sucks because we need a center guard. We know we've got Graham, but we need somebody else, and no one's really come to the table yet on that. Stock up, Starling Thomas. Love this. He's really got right out of the mold of Jerry Jacobs. Undrafted free agent, big, strong, can come in and be the guy that we need at that cornerback position. So if we go to the 53-man roster projections, this is, again, after the second preseason game. Jared Goff, Teddy Bridgewater. And by the way, I didn't go through it. There was a few more of just honorable mentions. Actually, I will. Look at this. If you go through it, honorable mentions down, Sudfeld. It's just so easy to see. I mean, it's not going to work. Matt Nelson, Chase Lucas had a tough day. Dylan Drummond. I mean, you could go all over the place with the down. It was just a bad game. There's nothing really to take from it. You wanted to get your guys out there running around a little bit. It's a weird part of the preseason because you've got some really good looks. You've gotten 2 joint practices. You've gotten a lot of good stuff for your starters, and now you're just kind of throwing some guys out there that they're not going to make the team, but you got to play the game. I mean, I don't know. It's the way it works, right? So it's fine. So stock down. I mean, Sudfeld, see you later. Okay, so if you look at the 53-man roster, Teddy Bridgewater is going to be Jared Goff's backup. Beautiful with Hendon. Look at that. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. Jared Goff playing well. Teddy Bridgewater, a great backup. A guy with a lot of starting experience, 65 starts in his career. And then Hendon Hooker just kind of laying there, getting ready to be, get healthy. Love that. Running backs, same thing. 2 top running backs. And then that third is wide open still. But Craig Reynolds seems to be a real solid, hard runner. Fine. Fine. Okay. Wide receivers, Chase Cota now has made it in. So there was a couple different situations where we had that 5th wide receiver there keeps changing constantly. Dylan Drummond. It's like Chase Cota. So right now it's Chase Cota. That's fine. I'm good with that. Tight ends, they went with 4. I think it's going to be 3: Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, James Mitchell. Offensive line, no surprises there. Need to find some guys and need some depth pieces to really step up a little bit here, a little bit more than they have. Fine. Defensive line, Broderick Martin, Levi. So interior defensive line, John Kaminsky, they kind of put at that D tackle position, but then edge. Look at this. Look at those edges. Julian Acquire, they have making it. Maybe not. I don't know on that one. Jalen Chalk here with linebacker. I mean, it's really easy, right? It boils down to kind of the guys that we know. But here's cornerback: Jerry Jacobs, Will Harris. Will Harris, how in the world has he just stayed on this team forever? Just not doing anything well. I don't know. But there he is. Will Harris going to make the team. Can be safety. Can be nickel. He can just do it all, I guess. Chase Lucas does make the team. So you look at our cornerbacks here with Emmanuel Mosley injured. We're not like, we got Cameron Sutton, Jerry Jacobs I like. But after that, it's okay. All right. That's okay. Because here's why it's okay. We have Brian Branch. He can play safety. He can play corner. He can play nickel corner. I mean, this rookie that is just a star. So, and then they have Riley Patterson making the team. I'm good with that over Romo. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. I think it's all just, look, we've been having a lot of fun with these guys coming up and surprises and Chase Cota and there's this and there's that and is this guy gonna make the team and who's gonna come up, and I think there's been a lot of that, and for good reason, right? Because we've been watching it and seeing who's gonna maybe surprise us, what rookies are doing well. At the end of the day, our core rookies that we knew we're hoping we're gonna be good have been really good. Sam Laporta, Brian Branch. I mean, they're all just like, yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs, like, yeah, this is really good. So that's number one, A+ good. Second thing, free agents, kind of the high-end free agents that we brought in there, going to come in, be starters. Do they look the part? Yes, they do. CJ Gardner-Johnson, right? So all those guys. And so you just start looking at it. And Jack Campbell, by the way, rookie. So that's what you want to see in training camp in the preseason. In the preseason game, we're not really seeing that as much because they're not playing, obviously, but we're in really good shape. And that second preseason game was classic preseason where there's nothing really to even, it's like, what am I looking at here? Sudfeld is just terrible. The offensive line struggled. It was a really weird game. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on the 53-man roster. And if you've ever met a Detroit Lion in person, not a current Detroit Lion, just anybody, love to hear that story. And we will see all of you on the next one.